This is Jeff with Eternity Shore, and this is another episode of Amateur Maintenance. From time to time, or quite often, there are projects that we do, that I do, that don't work the way you want them to work. One of those projects was the emblems on our ChrisCraft 33 Express Cruiser. I will flash back right now to that episode here so you can see basically what we tried to do to address the emblems that were gray and worn out and needed to be kind of renewed. This worked for about a season or two, but really at the end of the day we needed to have something more permanent, so we needed to move in the direction of a varnish. And so I have a varnish primer and a varnish that I'm going to be using, and so I'm going to walk through this process with you. This is the primer that I'm choosing to use, TotalBoat Wood Sealer. And here is the TotalBoat Gleam varnish that I'll be using. Now, let me tell you where I am in the process. First, I removed from the backing all of those screws and nuts that held it in place. And I put all that into a Ziploc bag so I didn't lose any of the little pieces, and I set that aside. I used, last time we did this by hand, but I have a orbiter. So this year I took our Bauer orbiter and I used 60 grit to start with. I'm not boring you with that, but it took quite a while with a lot of dust, a lot of debris. In fact, most of that debris is still on my wife's car over here, which I owe her a car wash because of that. And so we did 60 grit using that, and then by hand I did a 120. And with the 60 orbiter, taking your time going back and forth. This time, notice that the ChrisCraft itself, if you remember, there's like a ChrisCraft shadow that this creates. This year, notice there is no shadow because I went down further this time. So you're going to want to go down further to get rid of all the gray that you can. So you want to make sure you get it all the way down. So then I did a 120 and then followed by a 220 by hand, going with the grain to make this as smooth as possible. So that has all been done. Now the next step is I'm going to take my acetone. Got an old white shirt I'm going to use for this, and we're going to clean these off as best as we can, and then we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to start with the sealer, the primer first. We're going to start with the primer. I do not have the right tools here. I have my tools on the boat. Gosh. That was a pain. I definitely got too much out. All right, I'm going to cover this up so it doesn't get any dust in it. I'm going to shut the garage door, trying to make sure I don't have any bubbles. Okay, see how much darker that is. Put a light right on it, you can see. Oh, this is going to look beautiful. This is now 2 hours later, and I'm going to do another coat. I look at it this way, you can see any kind of buildup, which you don't want. All right, I think I got most of the bubbles out. All right, that's 2 coats.
So believe it or not, I actually lost all the footage of me doing the actual varnish, but you saw me do the sealer. I did 3 coats of sealer, and I ended up doing 4 coats of varnish. So we're gonna go right to the finished product that you can see right here.
It's pretty thick, looks beautiful. And now we just need to do the words, the emblem itself. And the final product. Didn't have polish to do the ChrisCraft. I'll have to polish it, finish polishing when I get back on the boat. But I thought I would put them on just so you could see the final product. All right, this is Jeff with Eternity Shore, and if you saw my last video, you know that we're somewhat incapacitated right now. So what I have been doing in the meantime is working on the emblems. So I'm gonna wrap up this video by actually putting them on, and them nicely wrapped in here. Where are you? Come out. We'll put that on. If I drop this in the water, I'd be crazy. There it is. Finally got that job done. Thanks for watching. This is Jeff with Eternity Shore. This is amateur maintenance. And yes, I got both sides. And yeah, I gotta put that back.